Welcome back to Andrea Fontana Beauty. Today we're doing a fun, colorful look. And I'm very excited for it because I haven't even touched this Juvia's Place Nubian Royal palette, which is purples. And then, since I wanted a few softer, like more periwinkle shades, I'm also going to use the In a Trance palette from... A whole shadow just fell out. It's on my floor. So I want to use some of these tones potentially with the purples. Yeah, I think we're gonna go, we might even go all matte. I haven't really decided. I'm excited for this. I'm gonna pause for a second and clean up the pile of eyeshadow that just fell on my rug. Okay, so let me zoom you in. Okay, so to get started, we're gonna start with brows as we always do, and today I'm gonna use the Glossier Boy Brow in black. I know that my brows need to be done, but I'm kind of just living for this very, I don't know, wild, fluffy brow moment. I'm trying to use it to my advantage because I'm trying to grow out the tail of my brows through here. I want this to match the front a little bit better. As you can see on this one, my tails have they're just a little bit thinner and I want them to be more balanced. So this is how I make that area down there look a little more full. I brush backwards. You see that? Gets the product on there and then I comb through it and it makes the brow look fuller. Then what I'll do is I'll take a plain spoolie and kind of brush that out. Okay. I should probably do them. My unibrow's starting to grow in, so that's usually a sign that I should do them, but I also sometimes take a few little to make this area look a little more blended. I guess we're doing bold brows today. Fluffy and big. Next, we're going to take our Fenty eye primer. We're gonna buff that in so that it's nice and even. For this look, I think I'm gonna start by applying, I honestly think I'm gonna try to do this completely matte. So I'm gonna start by taking this really light lavender shade from the Nubian Royal palette, and I'm gonna pat this on, I'm gonna do it all over the lid. Okay, that built up pretty easily. Next I'm gonna go into the ColourPop palette and I'm gonna use the shade Up Level, which is this kind of warm toned purple, as weird as that sounds. Pinkier. And I'm going in with a pencil brush and I'm just trying to add a little bit of dimension in the outer corner. I'm gonna do the same thing in the inner corner. Also take that through the crease. Honestly, for that one, with a little bit of a fluffier brush. So again, a pencil brush. This isn't honestly that much darker than the original lavender. In the pan it looks darker, but on the eye it's not that much darker, so it's just gonna help us start to subtly create some shape. I highly recommend if you're new to color or just new to eyeshadow, I think it's easier to start lighter and then slowly deepen up the eyeshadows. If you kind of go like one shade deeper, then one shade deeper, it's a lot easier to blend in to what you already have going. So it'll take a little bit longer, but honestly it's easier to do, so I think it's worth it. especially when you're dealing with colors and you're trying to get things to blend seamlessly. The more shadows you use in the same range, the easier it's gonna be. Okay, so we're just kind of carving out that shape. Next, I mean, if you're kind of getting used to color, like that is really beautiful on its own, just like that. So you can start to see the halo eye that we're kind of forming. Back in with the Nubian Royal palette, and I want to take this purple now. And again, that same pencil brush, and we're gonna do in the exact same spots that we just did. So I'm kind of applying it first. Just inner and outer. And then kind of blending at the top. See how that deepens it up, but it's not like, again, each stage is just like a little darker. Not even darker, but just a little more intense. So we apply it with a very defined brush, and then we blend her out with a more fluffy brush. What do I want to do? I kind of want to take this bluer purple. So this matte shade here, this is like a true violet in just like the tiniest amount on the inner and outer. I'm like really placing it. You can see that like right in there and right in there. And honestly, just kind of tapping it so that it's blended out, but I'm not trying to like carry that color up. So it's just kind of, ooh. So you're just placing it with a fluffier brush. When I'm working, I'll link this brush below. I think you have to buy it in a set. It's from Real Techniques, but any brush that's similar to this will do. I love that it's kind of hard to see it, but it's fluffy, but it tapers a little bit, which I think is super helpful when you are doing a halo eye or just doing any sort of inner and outer blending work, because it kind of fits, you know, to the shape. It tapers to the same angle of your eyelid, so it just fits nicely in there, but it's still fluffy, so it's good for blending. I'm really liking that. I am gonna go back in with my flat shader brush that I started with and take just the slightest bit of that first lavender color and kind of place it right in the middle just to bring us back to that bright lid color, and then gently buff out the edges so it's not quite as, just like that. As always, I love to take a flat shader brush, just like this. It's angled. And, excuse me, it's an angled blending brush with no product on it. I put the flat edge right in my crease and just gently buff out. Perfect. We will work on the under eye shadow in just a moment, but first we're gonna move on to the rest of the face. So I'm gonna start with this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I've really been liking this. I find that it's easiest because it's like you can't get a lot out of this at once. You kind of just dip in, and I like to apply it to the areas where I either have large pores or I get a little more oily throughout the day. Or like I have this mosquito bite that's trying to heal that I kept itching. So I like to kind of apply that all to the face. This is the original formula. They have, I wanted to try the original one before I started trying like the illuminating one, and what are the other ones? I don't know. There's a few different ones. I am really excited. I'm gonna try to pick up today actually. I'm gonna try to go find the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Bronzer. I've heard really good things about that as a cream bronzer, so I'm gonna go check out some stores and see if I can find that. Okay, so I just press that into the skin. Now, I'm actually using the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer today in the shade 4C1 Almond because A, it has an SPF 30 in it, which I really like. And I don't know if you can tell, you probably can. Do you see how much darker my body is than my face and my neck? I'm a runner in the summer, well, all year long, but in the summer when the sun, when I'm wearing less clothing, I SPF, wear a hat, you know, the whole shebang. And so my face is much, 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 much paler than my body. So I'm gonna try to even us out a little bit with this shade. This was something that was like sent to me. I'm pretty sure this is like the normal formula they have out right now. But regardless, this is gonna look a little crazy, but I promise you, it just makes me look more tan, which is what I need on my face right now. So I'm gonna go in, I'm actually gonna dot this. It's gonna look crazy. But it's also not like super, like a ton of coverage. So honestly, for this purpose, it's perfect. Do you see how that just like, obviously we have to bring it down the whole neck, but it really does a good job of like, just looking like I'm more tan than I am. I always make sure to go up on my ears though, to make sure that it's not like gonna match my face perfectly to my body, but I'm just trying to get it, you know, a little more similar than my pale face. This is my right now, this is my favorite day-to-day foundation because, I mean, I guess it's not technically, it's a tinted moisturizer, but I just love how it wears and it looks really beautiful on the skin. See how that like brings me a little more closer? I mean, some of my redness and stuff still pops through, but we're gonna fix that with some concealer. This is the NARS Creamy Concealer in Nougatine. Yeah. I honestly should probably be using my other shade, but it's all the way across the room. So who wants to go get it? Not me. Okay, see how that gives us some more. I just think it lays really well under makeup, under other makeup, which not all tinted moisturizers do. It really does go on as more of like a light coverage foundation, which is super helpful because then you can like, you know, I hate when you put on a really light coverage foundation and then you go to conceal the areas where you just like actually want a little more coverage and it just doesn't blend well, you know? So, love that. Now we're gonna go into, I have a full video on trying all of these new Pixi palettes and I'm obsessed with this one that was the Pixi and Promise collab, which is the highlighting powders, well, brightening powders, highlighting powders, contour powders, yada yada. I love this thing, it's phenomenal. I take this deeper one. The only thing is like, I think these brightening shades are gonna be, might be a little hard for some, any skin tones that are deeper than me. Because like I'm already using the darkest of the two and as you can see, I'm not even that deep of a skin tone. I think this one would be perfect for the lighter of the two for the winter for me. So like if you're my skin tone or fairer, I think this would be a great palette for you, but I don't know. I get sad when they do collabs like this and there's only one option. Like, I'd rather see less colors in the palette, but more variants, if that makes sense. Like a light, medium, dark palette. I don't know, but that's just... I feel like that's how makeup is going now. So I want to see brands following suit with that. Okay, so I'm just setting everywhere where I concealed. Really making sure to conceal over that mosquito bite so that we don't see him. Next, I'm going to go in with, let's actually use this. This is the Morphe M530, doesn't have an actual name, contour brush. And I'm going to first bronze me up with a little bit of this warm bronzer. Again, thank God for bronzer. This has been super helpful in trying to get my face to match the rest of my body. Do you see how much this brush sheds? Like, I love it. I need to see if they make it in a synthetic, but these natural fiber brushes, man, like, I am covered in little brush hairs. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna get this off of me? Foundation brush? No, because that's totally, oh, maybe. Gonna pick them up because it's a little wet and sticky. Oh my God. Okay, we're switching back to my normal contour brush because that was super annoying. Now I look like I have like weird little white hairs. I mean, I do have gray hairs naturally, so not really trying to look like I have any more. Bronze up a little bit under here. Just trying to bring some more warmth to the face. And then I like to go in with one of the grayer tones and just carve out that contour a little bit more. You see that? Perfect. A little on the sides of the nose. Let's actually go in with, we're gonna use, because I don't think I've used this shade yet. Another Pixi product. This is the Pixi On The Glow blush in Fleur, which is a beautiful pink tone. We're gonna go a little cooler tone today, which is so not like me when it comes to blush because of the cooler toned eye. This is super subtle. I'm obsessed with these. I just take my ring and middle finger and kind of like blend it on the end and then tap it into where I want it. I will say I'm not normally like a super cool toned bubblegum pink blush girl, but I do like this shade because it's super subtle. So it's not like bright pink, you know? It's a little bit more natural. So we're gonna do that. And then I'm actually gonna go in with the other Makeup by Denise palette, and I'm gonna go in with that center shade right there and a blush brush and do kind of like a blush topper situation all over the whole cheek. See? And then we're just gonna like skip the highlighter, if that makes sense. Ooh. See, I like that a lot. Nice, glowy. I love these. I'm telling you, those two palettes and the lip one, they killed it. They killed it. Okay, next what I'm gonna do is go back in with, this is my setting brush for when I powdered, and I like to just like blend out my edges a little bit. just to make sure we have no harsh lines. That the cheeks and everything look nice. I don't have any extra product on here. I'm literally just, you know, blending it out. Look how beautiful that looks. My whole cheek is, just looks so smooth. Okay, I'm here for it. This is really bothering me though. This brow loves, just stay where I put you, please. It likes to lay down, which I'm not here for. We're gonna finish up the under eye. I'm gonna go back in with the Nubian Royal, and we're gonna go in with this deep purple, true violet color. And I'm just gently, the very tip of the brush. And I'm starting on the outside here. And I'm just going to gently drag that in. Same thing on the other side. Now, like on this side, I went a little too far down. I don't know if yeah, you can definitely tell. So what I'm gonna do is just go in again with that. This is my powder brush, and if you just blend underneath there, it actually does a really nice job of just blending that out. Okay, that's beautiful. I'm really digging this look. Okay, now I'm gonna go off camera, do a little bit of, I'm gonna curl my mascara. I'm gonna curl my lashes, and then I've gone back to using my favorite mascara. Okay, I'm gonna do curl my lashes and do 2 coats of the Laura Mercier Caviar Volume Mascara, and then I'll meet you right back here. All right, welcome back. I'm going to apply the Nudestix Alanorama collaboration. Why was that word so hard for me to think of? This is the Lip and Cheek Balm in Sen Nudes, but I'm obviously applying it on the lips. That's the finished look. I love it. I honestly love how subtle the face is, just super smooth and dewy. And then this kind of pop of purple. I think it's really beautiful. And something I really like about it is when you're experimenting with color, if you stay with matte shades, they can be a little less bold than shimmer, right? Shimmer kind of like draws in the light, draws in the attention, whereas this is just like a little pop of fun, but like, I mean, when you look at me head on, it doesn't like scream purple, right? I think it's really fun. And you want to see me play with more color, then like this video, comment down below, and I'll be happy to do different colors, whether it's blue, green. I'm really into greens recently, so you actually might see like a pale green, olive green. I have a green look on my channel already, but I want to do another green look that's a little different, so you'll probably see that soon. Oh yeah, because I actually just ordered one of the new Juvia's Place quads that's green, so you'll definitely see some green coming at you. But I just wanted to play with some purple. It's perfect for brown eyes, really good for green eyes, beautiful on blue as well. So purple's honestly, to me, I think one of the most neutral colors, you know? It's like the first color that people experiment with if they're gonna go outside of neutrals. So I really like this one, and I hope you do too, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave this video. It's the easiest thing you can do to help me out, okay? I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!